Kia ora, I'm David Chester with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week at everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock. With news, the return of Wall Street from their long weekend holiday has been a quiet one, although Saudi Arabia greeted them back with a move that raised oil prices. But first up, the overnight dairy auction delivered a 2.7% rise in overall prices, headlined by the 5.3% rise in the whole milk powder price. From the last GDT Pulse event, the whole milk powder price rose 10%, which is quite something. This follows 7 main events that recorded price declines overall, so it isn't clear whether this breaks the declining pattern or not. At the same time, the New Zealand dollar fell too, so the rise at this event in New Zealand dollars was more than 4.1%. US factory orders were expected to fall in July, and they did, but not by as much as expected, and without aircraft orders, they actually rose from June nicely. And there was an expansion in the US logistics sector in August, a shift up from the July contraction. Warehousing and freight activity rebounded. In China, the private Caixin Services PMI for August came in weaker than expected, in contrast to their factory PMI, which came in better. That is 12 straight months of expansion, although the August result is the weakest in that sequence in 2023. In the EU, producer prices fell at a record pace. They dropped 7.6% from a year ago in July, but that was in line with market estimates. It was the third consecutive decline in producer prices and the steepest pace since 2009, largely due to the base effects from the surge in energy prices following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. In Australia, in Governor Lowe's swan song meeting, they claimed that inflation there is retreating now and left their cash rate target unchanged at 4.1%. Internationally, global air cargo demand came in just marginally lower in July from a year ago, but continued its good recovery since February. Asia Pacific demand was actually up year on year, but other regions struggled to get back to the year ago surge. However, the 2023 trade higher is a good sign. The US Treasury 10-year yield starts today up 6 basis points at 4.27%, and the price of gold will start today at just under $1,926 an ounce. That's down $12 from yesterday. But oil prices are up 50 US cents in the US at just on $86 a barrel in the US, while the international Brent price is up $1 at just over $89.50 a barrel. It hit $90 briefly, the first time in 2023 it's done that. Saudi Arabia has extended its oil export curbs until the end of the year. And the Kiwi dollar starts today down 0.5 cent from yesterday at 58.8 US cents. Against the Aussie, we're 1/4 cent firmer though at 92.2 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're down 1/4 cent at 54.8 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index has slipped 25 basis points to 68.3. Get more news about the New Zealand economy from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again tomorrow.